Okay, now we're going to look at the concept of wireframing. And wireframing is a little way of working that's going to help you avoid some of the rookie mistakes that lyric writers can make. So, some of those rookie errors include writing songs that have no story. I work in A&R for a music licensing company, and I'm sent songs all the time that basically just repeat the same concept in every verse, and the character stays in the same circumstances throughout the song. In essence, a song is a story. Now, if you were making a movie, you'd have 2 hours to tell a story. As songwriters, we only have about 3.5 minutes, but there still should be a clear beginning, middle, and end. Writing words that don't scan, for example, window instead of window. Really famous example of this by a really awe-inspiring lyric writer, Oscar Hammerstein II. He wrote in the song Something Wonderful, "You'll always go along. Defend him when he's wrong," instead of defend, because we don't say defend, we say defend. So then the singer has to try and put that right. Using too many words. Too many words will clutter your tune and be distracting to the listener. Not using clear enough images, the imagery gets confused. And descending into cliche, which we never want to do. So let's look at wireframing and how it can help us avoid these errors. Okay, I've come up with a title for a song and it's called Geek Goddess. Now, I haven't actually written this song, but it's been something that I've been mulling over in my mind. So I've written a little flow chart here of the progression of my song and what's going to happen in each verse. At the beginning of the song, in verse 1, I'm going to set up the story. So there's a girl that this boy is quite into, but she's an all-out geek. He's not. So he can't get her attention. That's the main theme of the song. But in the first verse, when I'm setting it up, I'm going to describe this girl and I'm going to let the guy who's singing it tell us what it is that he likes about her. Maybe it's because she's a very passionate person. Geeks tend to be. Maybe she's got red hair and he really likes that. So setting up the story in the first verse. The chorus, if you're writing in a song form where there is a chorus, because of course not all songs have a chorus, but usually they do. The chorus gives the main thrust of the song, the real point. So in my song, that happens to be that the singer of the song is really into this girl, but because he's not a geek himself, he can't get her to notice him. So that's what we're saying in the chorus. In verse 2, we want to move somewhere else. We want to carry things on a bit. So the singer starts to think of all the things he could do to make this girl like him. Really geeky things, because that's the theme of the song. So he could travel to Tatooine. He could learn to speak Elvish, either Quenya or Sindarin, either would do. You know, just some really geeky things he could do. So then I could either finish that verse with the idea that he could do all this and she still might not notice him, or I could stick that idea into a bridge, or if you're British, a middle eight. A bridge, incidentally, in a song should both musically and lyrically take us somewhere different for a little while. And then we come back to the chorus, which repeats the main theme of the song. Okay, so ending on the chorus, which is the main point. The singer can't get the geek goddess to notice him because he isn't a geek himself. Now, this gives me a plan of a clear progression of my song, where it's going to go. After that, I have to find the actual words. So a little exercise that I like to do, and everybody works differently, is say I took the words geek goddess or geek and typed it into Google Images and just look at all the pictures that come up. If I picked one that I really liked, and in a notebook I just jotted down all the words and phrases that came to me when I looked at that picture. Then, after doing that, I pick the ones that really stand out, the ones I think are really going to work. And I'm going to want to fit them into this framework somewhere, but also they're going to have to be contained in a way that actually tells a story. So if you would like to, if you've got an idea that you're mulling over in your head, it would be great if you could put together your own wireframe and just see what comes out of that and where your song goes. Of course, a wireframe can always be changed at any point. It's not setting something in stone, but it gives you something to work to.